watendewe ukatili kama ambao tumeona dada zetu wametendewa.
Detectives investigating the brutal murders of 2 women and a young girl in EASTLEIGH, Nairobi, have made significant strides, recording statements from 4 individuals connected to the case. Among those questioned is a man currently in police custody, believed to be an accomplice to the primary suspect. The investigation team revisited several crime scenes, collecting further evidence, even as the 3 victims were laid to rest at Langata Cemetery after a prayer service held at Al Noor Mosque in South Sea. Meanwhile, detectives have gathered CCTV footage from a petrol station along Mombasa Road, where the suspect was seen refueling a vehicle used to transport the bodies. According to sources, the footage shows the suspect filling up the car shortly after dumping one of the bodies in Machakos County. The individuals questioned include a close accomplice who was in communication with the main suspect on the night of the murders. The 2 are said to have shared a rented house in Eastleigh, and the landlord, who allegedly rented the property without official documentation, has also provided a statement. Police further detained 2 people from Nairobi's CBD who reportedly sold the suspect a mobile phone valued at 23,000 shillings, during which the suspect left a contact number associated with a woman. Additional CCTV footage from an Eastleigh building has emerged, reportedly capturing the main suspect alongside a person identified as Waris Said Dodd on the night of the murders. The detectives have since expanded their search to Bahati and Buruburu, where more evidence was collected. In a related development, authorities detained a man in Tobli, Somalia, who bore a striking resemblance to the primary suspect. However, after thorough questioning and identification checks, the individual was released. The tragic incident involved 3 family members: a 38-year-old woman, Dahabo Daud Said, her 22-year-old daughter, Amina Abdirashid Dahir, and 13-year-old niece, Nusaiba Abdi Mohammed. The trio went missing on October 21st, and their bodies, bearing stab wounds, were found in different locations the following morning. Police say the murders were carried out by individuals known to the victims, likely fueled by a ransom demand that escalated fatally when the women identified their captors. According to an officer familiar with the investigation, the murders are linked to ransom. The killers held the women while demanding a ransom, but when the victims identified 1 or 2 of the suspects, it angered the attackers. The officer further explained that the captors feared being reported to the authorities, ultimately leading them to kill the women to protect their identities. The suspects initially demanded 1 million shillings for each of the women's release, but when the ransom demands failed, the situation turned deadly. As the investigation deepens, detectives continue to follow leads, working to piece together the tragic events and bring those responsible to justice. The case has stirred deep grief and shock in the community, with family members, friends, and community leaders calling for swift action against those involved.